Hey everybody, it's me, Liv. Welcome back to my latest entry I'm going to be doing for the Not Too Shabby Shop design team. I'm creating these library pocket tags. I think they're actually perfect for the holiday season because what they ended up being is great for gift card holders. You can put a tag in there, or I've actually even used them as ATC holders as well if you're not using them for something like a junk journal. Now this sheet that I initially see on the base that you see is 4 inches. I had this cut apart left actually from another project and I thought it'd be great to use it. And then I cut the pocket part. So as you can see, it's a little bit at 4 inches. I actually cut this at 4.5 because you want a little extra space because you're going to be scoring in about 1/4 inch. So you're going to actually do 1/4 on all of the 3 sides so that you can use that to create the pocket effect. So you don't need to do it across the top. It's only going to be the bottom and the 2 sides. Once you have that, you want to go ahead and score it over using your bone folder. So make sure that you varnish it really well. And then what you're going to end up doing is cutting the corners so that you can glue it down a little bit better. Now, in order for this to lay a little bit flat, one of the things you are going to have to do is you see these tiny little squares over here, you want to go ahead and cut those out so that they will not get in the way and help your project remain flat. Once you've trimmed those out, you can start gluing down. So what you want to make sure, I always do it a little bit of an angle, see if it stays just a little bit flatter. You could do it on the bottom piece or the top piece. I actually try to do it at least one of those. And what I'm going to end is pretty much putting this piece to the side before I glue down. And I'm going to take my other one and again do the same exact thing. I'm going to score 1/4 inch in on 3 sides. I'm going to go ahead and fold it over and then trim those tiny little corners. Now for this one, I am actually going to use my 1-inch hole punch as a way to create an indent and an insert for it. And the easiest is to just try to find the center of the paper. This is going to be on the part that you have not scored. Go halfway in, and then now you've created that indent, which is going to be great for lifting things up. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and glue. Now, I could not find my 1-inch score tape, which probably would have been ideal versus a liquid because liquid tends to get all over the place. But if you happen to have the double-sided score tape, that really is the best thing to use. But I'm going to use my art glitter glue here instead. At least get those 3 sides down and go ahead and place this on top of the pocket. Now do your best to try to line it up as best as you can because usually once you get it down, it's pretty tricky to get it back up. But I did find I was a little short on this one, so I'm just going to trim off any excess that I have. And now that I've had those down, I'm going to press on those 2 sides as best as I can. I find that if you go over it with your bone folder, and then I actually go into the pocket as well to kind of press those sides down, and now you have yourself a nice little pocket. It's not super deep, but again, if you're just using it for that one item, especially for a gift card, it's not so bad. So I already had pre-cut some of these snowflakes out from the other papers in the stack, and I'm going to start pulling out my ephemera now. Now what I find works best for ephemera, if you're kind of new to using it, I do not myself use it all the time, but when you do, the best thing to make it really pop is to go between flat as well as popped up and moving things around like that so it really just lays nicely. So for this one, me using the snowflakes, I'm going to then also pull out the ephemera that has at least 3 different characters, start laying them down here. Decided that I would pop up the raccoon a little bit in the center just to give this project a little bit more dimension, and then I'm going to actually move on to the sentiment. So again, if you didn't know, all of these kits are from the Not Too Shabby Shop kit of the month, and I am using the stamp sets that came with it as well as the paper pads that came with it. So I had shown you a video using the other paper pads. This is one of the other ones that come in your collection Each month you will get some fantastic set of stamps. You will get at least 2 paper pads, and then you sometimes get extras like stencils and or dies depending on what is going on for that month. So definitely check out the monthly kits. Be sure to be a subscriber because that is the easiest way to get it on a regular basis. So as you saw, I went ahead and just stamped it out using one of the snowflakes on the edges to kind of tap that one and give the sentiment of "you warm my heart" just a little bit more pop. I'm going to glue that down, and then I'm going to move on to my second one. Now for this one, I'm following the same exact principles, just going to go ahead and glue everything down. But what I did want to do is try to use as many of the different scrap pieces that I had left over, because I am one who does not like to waste if I can avoid it. So just by using an assortment of the padded papers that all come here, one of the things that I love about the Not Too Shabby paper is that they are decorated on both sides. That to me, I love. I know some people only like single-sided, but I like the double side because sometimes I find that one side works better for me in my creativity. Now the other thing I decided is I wanted the corners to be rounded, so I pulled out my corner rounder just to do that finishing touch there before I actually glued down the ephemera of the second one, and then went back to my first one and did that as well. So for this one, I'm going to use these adorable polar bear images, and then I can glue them down here. So again, using the same principles as the last one, some are going to be flat, some are going to be popped up. You kind of pick and choose what's going to work best for your project. And for this second one that you see here, I used a sentiment from my stash and I just colored it to match. So now my projects are finally done. Didn't they come out so adorable? These is just a nice, pretty way to do a super quick carrying for a gift card or something along that for the holidays. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.